There are two kinds of containment vessels for radiation. One of them is a thingy that looks like this and allows for a crane. The the uranium stuff comes in big rolls basically, or it's like lead or something like that originally. Starts out as like lead, and basically, if you're a nuclear physicist and you know how the reactors are loaded, it's one of the closest guarded secrets of all, basically. But pretty much, and I forget. It's been a long time. Um, since I had to worry about it myself. But basically, they're like rolls or something like that, and basically big cubes or something like that. And pretty much, it's a big roll, and this little grippy arm. There's like this little grippy arm, and it goes and will pick up the bottom and grips the top, and this little machine and this little thingy, and this machine like goes in, hooks it, and then it can pull the rod and the bar basically up, and when it does that, it extends these little grippies, and these grippies grip down here, and it can pick up the very dangerous, and you can't even be around it when it's actually like it's so radioactive that you can't even be around it because it's really dangerous. And some people were trying to like use a forklift to pick up one of these rolls basically and transport it. And I think they died of radiation sickness, like the next day. I hope, because when they raided Chernobyl, because Chernobyl was originally a German city or whatever, it was a German site, and they broke in and they wanted to steal one of these thorium or uranium thingies, which start out as lead or something else like that, and then they're made into whatever, pretty much. Anyway, so a big crane takes this big thing because you can't even be in the room when one of these things is open. Anyway, so you pick up the gripper, and that's another thing that's close guard secret is no one's ever actually seen a reactor being loaded or fueled basically. So anyway, so this big gripper comes over, picks up this big thingy right here, and then puts it inside of one of these cases, and then you put the lid on top, and then it's mildly safe, mostly safe to be around it. Like standing, anyway, lots of lead shielding, lots of shielding keeps the radiation from getting out or whatever, or killing you, basically. So once it's inside one of these containers, it's safe, basically, pretty safe. Residual, just small amounts of background radiation. Just don't stand there for a long time and you'll be fine. Allows for transport of thorium and uranium and all kinds of heavy, big, huge things. So this case is probably, like 3 feet across or something like that, and you can load one of these things inside of it. Anyway, a big crane comes out, and it has to be done remotely, or at least you have to be in a shielded cockpit in order to run it. And you can't really look over on it. I mean, I think with leaded glass you are fairly protected, but anyway, though, so the big crane comes over, picks up this thingy out of the pool, bloop, and then takes it over and goes bloop into one of these things. So anyway, and then there's also these things right here, which are basically the same thing. The end caps come off pretty much, and you can slide one of these rolls inside of here and put like 3 of them. It's for long term or long haul moving. If you ever see, they're white basically, and they're basically ribbed. If you ever see them in pictures, that's basically uranium or thorium being transported by ship or whatever. And you see them all the time going from here to there. They're basically, a lot of people were trying to steal them or rob them. But basically, they're big white long cases pretty much, and they're the uranium and thorium containers, or radiation containers. A bunch of pirates and a bunch of other people were trying to move them by boat, and most of the time people don't know what they are. They're just big, round, long white cylinders about 6 feet wide, 6 feet across by about 3 feet across or whatever, and you'll see them on the side of cruise ships and all kinds of stuff. And people don't really realize that's actually actually uranium or thorium being transported. Most people just they see those things, and that's actually, like I said, the transport of thorium or uranium. And you're not really supposed to transport them by cruise ship. But anyway, though, and a lot of people will always try and steal them, or they wonder, what's that big white case? Oh, it's nothing. It's like, well, actually, that's uranium and thorium being transported. Anyway, and then there's also these other cases right here, which usually have a big symbol. And this symbol, a lot of people think it means radiation, but it actually means me. It's actually my symbol. I had the symbol for a long time. It means my department, and you see it on a lot of the old pictures of the rocket ship. If you look at the white rocket ships being launched, you'll notice that there's a fire pattern like that as the rocket launches. the water sluice gates are like this basically. There'll be fire going out. Anyway, and that's in some of the pictures. That's one of my little thingies. Anyway, so yeah, so Chernobyl was robbed. Anyway, no one ever. They're trying to keep it a secret because they didn't want people to know how the pirates or the other people are moving the radioactive material around. It's like those big long white cases. Sometimes pirates want to like, let's get it, because uranium and thorium is really valuable, and then they all think, oh, let's make a bomb, or something like that. And it's really stupid because it's really dangerous stuff, and if not for the case, it would kill you. Like if you just went, oh, dunk, what's in there? Stick your head in. It would kill you. So, anyway.